So in today's video, we will visit 3 estate sales. The first one that we're going to go to has some Pennsylvania Dutch Amish pottery pieces from Pennsbury Pottery, made in the 1960s. They're little coasters. And let's pull up to the first sale where we will see that pottery. It's in this little bungalow here. The first thing is these Johnson Brothers Autumn Delight dishes, though pretty in the fall. And here are our little Amish pieces. Out in the light, it says. Turn out the light. Pop's half 8 already. It's making down. They have kids with an umbrella, so that must mean it's raining. Here we have a couple working, and they say, come the way back round. And a mom and a little boy. And she has an empty cookie jar, and she's scolding him. Let us look at this old kitchen with its old wallpaper. It was an interesting place. The people had lived here for several decades, and it looks like they liked to have parties. A lot of pretty dishware. That says a penny saved is a penny earned. And an interesting little back room here that was filled with interesting things, but you could only fit a couple people in there. And then this old Cadillac was outside. Silver. It did sell, though. Not to me, but it did sell. Let's go in the garage. They had a lot of empty A&P juice cans that they've used for screws and stuff that had interesting labels. And, the usual stuff you see in people's garages. A lot of it can tend to be very old. And then I spotted down here, bag of magazines. Could be pornography. It's not. It is the Smithsonian. Just because it was in a garage in a paper bag. That's why I had my suspicions. Trust me, I've been in enough of these old houses, searching around, uncovering things that, maybe were best left covered. Let's put it that way. This says, Higgledy-piggledy, my black hen, she lays eggs for gentlemen. I think there was so much stuff in the house that they extended it to the garage. So let's get back in the house. And I really love the wallpaper. This place was a time capsule. There's the garage we were just in. They had cut a laundry chute out of this old paneling. They had an unfinished room and a little alcove here. Got a little hideout. Little clubhouse maybe with some old chairs. I had a bathroom up here. Of course, I had to get in here and get nosy. Everything was old, but it wasn't, like where you wouldn't want to be. Everything was just old and a little worn around the edges. Doesn't look like this Anchor Hocking snack set had ever been opened. Box of first aid. Some cool lamps up here. And I should have bought these. these look old. They are seasonal decorations. I don't need them, but it would have been probably a very cheap purchase, and they might have even given them to me for free. I didn't get them, though. Let's go downstairs. I'm still obsessed with this wallpaper and how that blue matches the Popsy Twins book, an old House and Gardens magazine. I definitely should have bought this. I'm surprised I didn't. This house had so many wonderful books. There's the Pet Parade book. I think I pick it up. Look at all the cute illustrations. I should have bought that too. There's a little dog, a bat, a skunk, raccoon. And I dare say a lot of these are first edition books. We did buy, my mom bought some. She bought me one, a children's book that had beautiful illustrations. But look at how wonderful they are. The Man Whistler. They had boxes and boxes and boxes of them. A nice old dresser. But the rooms were very small, obviously, in this old bungalow house. So if you even got a couple people in there looking at the books, that was enough. This scared me. That coat hanging in the basement, I thought it was a man. Look at there's Santa's boot. A lot of stuff in this basement. Yes, I turned around and I thought that was a man. And it spooked me. Nothing to write home about in this basement yet. Your usual mayonnaise jars full of screws, jelly jars full of bolts, that kind of thing. Somebody's workshop. Let's see what's in here. Yeah, nothing. But in here, the university composition book, and I think it was empty. I'm surprised I didn't buy that. Big old drawer of junk. We all have them. No shame, right? Somebody was an avid sewer in this house. It's a whole big old box of zippers and elastic. Ribbons and whatnot. Buckles. Buttons. Looks like they salvaged things from old garments, maybe. This is under the basement stairs, I think. They had kind of an interesting mix of food items and old chemicals, which, is never a good mix. But look at all that de-icer. Things to take care of cars. Car wash. And then jelly, and I'm not sure what that is. I don't know. Maybe some science experiments. Old moth ice. We're approaching something in this basement that I've never seen before in an old house. And I've been in a lot of them. I should have bought this old Hellman's mayonnaise jar. What's this? What is it? It's a kind of Polish food in a jar. Looks like these people saved a lot of stuff. And this just says all gloves. An old chest full of gloves. More old things. This is what I've never seen. A coal closet that still has coal in it. Look at all that coal. I don't know how they're ever going to get it out of there. But the one thing I did find out about this house was that it was going to stay in the family. So all this decades worth of stuff, look at those old chests, including the coal. It's probably not going to undergo much of a major renovation yet. It'll just stay to grandkids, and maybe they can work on it gradually. More wine. That somehow comforted me. With this house. Maybe they could get rid of this fridge, or maybe they can clean it up. Look at all these old cleaning products. And a cool old stove. So let's look at what we bought. We bought some books, but we bought this dog bookend. We could only find one, but he was made of brass and he came from England and he's 100 years old. So let's go to the next sale. We just saw the house that we entered. And they've got a lot of cool stuff here. It's all put out in shelves. We got some Wilton cake pans here, a baseball kid, and a little puppy. Cute. This was in the kitchen. I think it was. They had shelves set up. We had that Corelle dish set when I was growing up. Now here's some good glasses. There's Pepsi. My husband wanted to come back and get the next set of glasses we are going to look at. These Popeye glasses. There was Bluto and Sweet Pea. We did go back and get them, though, regrettably. Wimpy. And Rough House. I've never heard of him. I called Brutus Bluto. There's olive oil. They didn't have Popeye. There's a Winnie the Pooh glass. Those Popeye glasses were from the 70s. 1975, I looked them up. They're not worth a lot of money, but they're cool, and they did not have Popeye, but we didn't go back and get it. As I remember, I bought a couple magazines from this sale. There's a lot of cute little things in the kitchen. Some old things. Oh, look at, aren't these nice? Oh, they're golden. Old wooden bread box. Let's see what's in there. Nothing. Good. Ready for somebody to buy. Empty and ready for a new home. You do find groceries at estate sales. Make sure they're not expired. Or do you like to live life dangerously? Like we do sometimes. So here is a heartfelt letter that the occupant of this home had chosen to display on their refrigerator. And as we look through their things, maybe I will read it. It is a little sad. As I sit here looking at these roses wilt, I see the same in you, Mom. I see you as a rose wilting away the way God has intended for you to. You as a flower and us as your leaves, your children. And it's signed with a very loving, heartfelt message. It's a pretty picture of a kitty. I should have bought this. It's a painting that someone painted. And Madonna and Child. many depictions of that. Displayed on their fireplace. A lot of glassware in this house. Those are cool too. I hope somebody bought all those and kept them somewhere. I like that old chair. Little bar back here. And then there was a garage through that door there. Trivial Pursuit. Deli Pro. I wonder what Deli Pro is. It's probably a slicer. There's quite a little smattering of items here. I should have bought this refrigerator. And I probably bought some stuff in these cleaning product boxes. This is where I get all my cleaning stuff, is from estate sales. That's where I get most of it. Oh, sorry about that. Let's go in the basement. Okay, let's be careful. It's a cool old mirror and a witch. Some old cases for things. What do we got here? Audio tape. Oh, this stuff is old. I have no use for any of this. But hopefully somebody came along that will treasure it. They had a lot of old children's toys and games. Scribbage. Stitch and stuff with a little doggy. Isn't he cute? A little plaid doggy. Oh, I should have bought that. Make your own puppy dog. Drawing pad. I remember this sale. They had a lot of cool stuff, but the prices were kind of high, and it was my intention to go back on half off day, and I didn't. All the board games. What am I after here? The smaller home and garden kit. Looks like it's dollhouse furniture, maybe. And something village game. Sorry about my errant video village. My errant filmmaking. Uncle Wiggly, that looks like an old edition of that. Chinese checkers, bingo. Aggravation. They had a whole big pile there. You've got to go through it and make sure all the pieces, there's a nice old container. Make sure all the pieces are there. And look at that. A lot of old appliances. I wonder if they all worked. Charm step, an old shoebox, and wedding cake toppers. A very common find at estate sales. And here we hit the seasonal stuff. I think this was right before Halloween. They did not seem to be selling a lot of the seasonal things, and they had a lot. Look at this lovely old settee set, maybe. And then there are some photos. Those seem like family photos that have been put in there. I don't know. Another old trunk. Old record player. Toll craft. It's been torn open. A badminton set in the box, but the box is torn. A nativity scene. A magnet pool table set. Oh, look at this old Santa with an old chair and a very old piece of furniture you keep in a baby's room. I should have bought this. Isn't that cute? I think it lighted up. I should have bought that. It was my intention to come back to this. It was not far from my house. They look at that. I mean, that is cool. I had to get this out and look at it. That's how fascinated I was with it. Upside down there. This stuff still had the tags on it. These cutouts. Look how cheap they were from Target. And look at that old Target tag. They don't have that anymore. There were several of these poinsettia cutouts like that you would hang on walls, I think. Oh, little elves. How cute. How cute, how cute, how cute. Oh. And then they had Easter stuff. Piles and piles of stuff. Cupboard full of plastic cups and whatnot. This house must have seen a lot of holiday parties. We're in the basement, so a lot of odds and ends that I've collected through the years. Cake holders, coolers, thermoses. That's a cool old chair. Another old fridge. There's at least 3 refrigerators in this house. It's a pretty big house. And another pile of outdoor furniture. And Easter baskets, waiting for the Easter bunny to come fill them. It's in here. Flotsam and jetsam. Another workbench. There was something that fascinated me in this house. Well, it was what you could see from the windows in this house. Now, this house, you can tell. You think it was probably built in the 60s or the 70s, maybe. It's in a newer subdivision. It's actually in the town next to, the city next to mine, where things aren't as old as they are in Dearborn, where I live. They're in Dearborn. This was in Dearborn Heights. So there are newer subdivisions that were built in the 60s and 70s. Look at all those Beanie Babies. But obviously, people, the new owners buy them, and a lot of them make a lot of expensive improvements to their new home that they bought, their new used home. I don't know what fate awaits this house. I might have said that already. But there's a house behind this house. What's in here? Sewing Notions. That has built a gigantic swimming pool. And we're going to see it in a minute. You can see it from these windows while we shop around. Look at how fancy that is. looks like a resort, doesn't it? But let's get back to shopping. Craig's shorthand, I should have bought that. They had a lot of old Bibles here. A folding bed tray. And books. That's cute, little match girl. A lot to look through. I did find a couple old Women's Day magazines. Well, they're not old. They're from the 70s or 80s. Let's get in this closet and take a look here. I'm really going to nose around. Seems like stationery. Yep. Tape. Big old box of, I don't know what. Why'd I come back here? Because there was all of this old electronic stuff was on a very nice dresser. Nice, sturdy old dresser that was only $70. An old sewing machine. Let's go in this other bedroom. A desk area. There was probably a computer on this. I don't know. It's gone now. What's that? Oh, patterns. Some simplicity. Patterns for a little girl's dress. Some Legos. That's where I found the magazines that I ended up buying. Heroes and Holidays. Some cool children's books. And then craft books. This is when I realized that there are magazines there. I bought that. I'll do a video with it eventually. I bought a couple. There they are. Oh, that Easter Bunny one's sitting on my dresser right now. So coming soon. And probably sheet music is the other common thing, which I do not need any more of. Okay, let's look at that pool again. Oh my goodness gracious, that's fancy. And they had the cutest little baby clothes here. I don't know where they came from. Somebody must have saved. And look at this little dress with a sailboat. I didn't buy any of it. What am I going to do, put a cat in it? No. I hope somebody came along and treasure it. Look at that little sweater. Old fan. We have old fans like that. We don't really need any of this, but we've got to look. Folders. Floodlight. All right. Let's see if we can see that pool from another window. What's in here? I don't know. A very crafty person lived here. Oh, cool. A witch. Make a witch. A felt wall hanging. No one had ever opened it. All the felt's still there for you to make a witch. Cute. Little bear with a pink sweater on. Look at all the patterns and whatnot. Oh, an animal Christmas ornament set. Doesn't look like it's ever been opened. Nobody ever got to it. Oh, what a pretty painting. I love it. We should have bought that. A lot of photo albums. A lot of them. A whole bookshelf full. Look at this cute little purse. Very nice. Well, it doesn't look like anybody's ever used it. Lamp. Bunch of blankets, a pie. And boxes that I was tempted to buy those underbed boxes, and there were many of them, and they were still sealed up. A bunch of pillows. I was very tempted to buy those boxes, but they was just going to lend themselves to me filling them with stuff and putting them under one of our beds, which I have nothing under the beds now. It seems like once you go down that path, there's no turning back. In my house, everything's going to get very dusty and furry. And I'm really not going to remember that's cool. I'm not going to remember what's in there. So it's best not to put anything in there. These are really cool. Didn't buy them though. It's a big bedroom. No. Look at the little baby. Big boy barbecue book. A mother plaque. And scissors and pens. And then there's that pool again. Some stickers. Oh, that's cute. Winnie the Pooh, they never got a chance to use these. I wonder if this was a home office. And there's a bathroom attached to this huge bedroom. Let's take a look. Looking pretty good. Nothing to buy in here, though, I don't think. Magic Kingdom. We're back downstairs. A lot of children's toys. A lot of Barbie things. And we're about to wrap it up at the sale. We'll go to the next one. Barbie clothes, and they've never been opened. A lot of Beanie Babies from McDonald's. Oh, that's cute. I should have bought that. Mickey Mouse color forms, and that looks old. With Mickey and Pluto. Nose clip from Kmart. Some old happy birthday bags. Strawberry shortcake. So I didn't buy much here, but those magazines. And we're going to wrap it up. Literally. Oh no, that was contact paper, not wrapping paper. Okay, so let's go to the next sale. At this bungalow here, they had a lot of cool stuff outside. A lot of cool planters. Expensive, but we managed to find some cool stuff here. They had a lot of this blue and white decorations, the windmills. And I loved this turkey platter, and this was right around Thanksgiving. It's so quaint. And the paintings were beautiful. Little wooden shoes. I should have bought that little nightlight. What did we end up buying here? I like those. My mom bought a cup, a coffee cup, one of those cups. I don't remember which one. I think that's the same dish. I think that's what I'm telling my mom right there. The same dishes as one of the other sales, and those are the dishes we had when I was a kid, those Corelle dishes. Oh, isn't that pretty? So, I have to stop and look and see what kind of appliances they have, because I'm so noisy. And that's old. But you know what? That thing's probably going to last forever. I'm just going to say it. More windmills. It was the theme of this house. And that was very pretty. And reasonably priced. You know, we should have bought it. So, let's see here. This had a little screen and porch that you would go to before you got to the garage. And it was filled with mainly books. Pretty lamp. University of Michigan, go blue. I think a teacher lived here. I'm not going to say that I think a teacher lived here. I know a teacher lived here because there were so many books about education and teaching other people things about all kinds of stuff. Look at this cute little kitchen set. It's so adorable, but I have no room for it. I have a screened-in porch that's already filled with old furniture, and mine isn't nearly as huge as this. Look at all the ashtrays. I also have beautiful ashtrays that my father left me. That one's huge. That one's for a party. This is a good collection, you must admit. They're too pretty to put a cigarette in. But the alternate use that I have found for beautiful ashtrays, which I have inherited, are to put them underneath plants, among other things. But don't think that you can't reuse them or that you have to take up cigarette smoking or some other type of smoking to utilize them. You don't. You just get creative. Lots of beautiful wreaths. So where'd my mom go? This is the point of the sale that my mom wanted to buy that. She didn't. Where is she? That's not her. All right. Oh, pretty. I think this was in the living room, and they had dining room stuff set up because they had so much china. Oh, isn't that pretty? Some people have multiple sets of china, old toys. Yes, this was the living room because isn't that a cool fireplace? Because people got china when they got married back then. I have been invited to a couple showers as of late, some old toys, and nobody's asking for china sets. First of all, it seems like all the showers I get invited to are through Amazon. Isn't this beautiful? And the young ladies are asking for like household things like toilet plungers, toilet brushes, gun safes, cough syrup. I'm just shocked. That's their business, what they want to ask for, but they're not asking for china sets. So there's a lot of old toys here that I kind of skimmed through because I was on my rant about bridal showers. Nobody seems to want china sets anymore, and that's fine. They certainly don't want them at these sales. We see them all the time, unsold. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, so lovely. Lovely old piece of furniture. Where am I going here? Going in a bedroom. Ooh. This coat didn't sell even when they were in their last breath of sale here, which we went to. The lining was damaged. But there are all kinds of creative things you can do with old fur coats. This sale, not this day that we were there, but they ended up having an everything is $1 sale eventually. Oh, look at these kitties. My mom and I did go that day, and a lot of this stuff was gone. Look at that kitty, isn't he cute? And they had lovely old shelves. A little dusty, but that's okay. We don't judge. A lot of kitty cats. Let's take a look outside. Beautiful garden. Someone was a very avid gardener that lived in this house back in the day. I don't know what I'm doing here. Let's go in this bedroom. This bedroom had a lot of things that were indigenous American themed. Gotta look at the backyard again. They had a lot of statues and whatnot. And I loved that big old tree back there. It's very interesting. Oh, aren't you cute? You too. Should have bought this old table. And that old table. The day of the dollar sale. So either the next day or 2 days later from this current place we're at in this video, the minute my mom and I pulled up, a couple was walking out with those 2 tables that they had gotten for $1. We missed out. Let's take a look. Ooh, a lot of leaves out there. Let's see what's up here in this upstairs bedroom. Not much. An old dresser. Oh, that's cute. And looks like a jack-o'-lantern nutcracker there. A lot of that floral shaped pottery. I don't know what it's called. Like porcelain pieces that have been shaped into mostly roses. Some artwork. And Santa praying over the baby Jesus. I don't think I've ever... Oh, another one. 3 of them, at least. Look at this old dresser. My mom honed in on this, as she will, with everything, anything that's heavy, that requires going up and down stairs. My mom will notice it and point it out. So here we are back in the backyard. It was in the fall, so things were actually still blooming and green. Oh, that's pretty. We didn't buy anything out here, though, I don't think. Little U of M birdhouse and another cool birdhouse. They sold a lot of this stuff. There's that old tree again that I was obsessed with. Isn't it wonderful? I hope the new owners leave it. It was a nice yard. An old potty chair. And some pink flamingos. A little nod to John Waters there. By me, anyway. Perhaps by the owners of this house, too. More flamingos. We'll appreciate, with a lot of love and affection, the work that went into this lovely garden. A little bench. Detroit Red Wings garbage can, I think. And we have to look at the garage. Did we buy anything in here? We're always looking for certain things in garages. Maybe something that we're trying to fix in our house. There's always nice planters that you can get for a fraction of the cost than stores, because they are expensive in stores. This was down in the basement. I loved these little built-in cabinets in the basement. Another old fan. What else was down here? I don't remember. There's all sorts of beautiful things. There was a little kind of kitchen in the basement that you'll find in these old houses, mine included. A lot of University of Michigan pennants, Rose Bowl pennant. More windmills. Aren't these cute? That's a little toy. Little blocks that you can put into scenes of classic children's books. I have some like this already at home. Mine are not in this good of shape. Got them from a sale and they were basically free. Maybe I'll do a video with them one day. Well, they emptied that little root cellar out. That's good, whatever was in there. And now we're hitting the Christmas decorations. U of M, Michigan State, Spartans. And what's in these folks' basement is very similar to what's in everybody else's basement. They had more of this blue and white porcelain ware down here. Very pretty. My mom was tempted by a couple of things, but I don't think she bought any of it. The little baby's cute. It's very lovely, I must admit. And they had quite a collection. Reasonably priced. We didn't buy any of it. Okay, what's in here? A toilet right in the middle of the laundry room. And a shower. You can get done with what you need to do in the bathroom and then walk right over there to the file cabinet and look for your papers. There's always baskets of stuff to root through. Which reminds me, there's a sale today, the day I'm sitting here recording this. But it is so cold here in Michigan. Oh my gosh, it's cold. It's like 15 degrees. Oh, look at that old dresser. We should have bought it. We never have anybody to help us move it. Though, no bowling ball. So, I do think that we should go to the sale, though, today. Why do they have that thing roped off? Probably because you'd fall if you sat in it, but it is pretty cool. If my mom and I are going to go to this sale today, we should go today and not tomorrow because it's going to be colder tomorrow, I guess. That old jug of oil, fabric finish. That's from Great Scott. Now, somebody look up how old that is. That's crazy. You can find some old chemicals at these sales. Look at all this old, this was the teacher's house. Old chalk, old markers. This was very cool. Clearware, colored chalk. And my mom loved this old table. Anyway, let's get home. There's my son's dog waiting for me. Thank you for coming. Bye.